Hello everyone. Welcome. So as you can see, I'm having a moment. Having a moment. But what we're going to talk about today is, I think, a really big message, an overall message, something that I saw having a conversation most recently with my husband, and it ties into what I'm talking about today. Now, there's so much I could talk about. I mean, I could talk about right now what Megan is wearing. Like, look at this photo right here. Like, what in the world is happening here? And why are you wearing clothes like you getting ready to go suntan somewhere? Like, your legs, you don't have the legs to wear to be looking like this, to wear a dress like this, and for more to go in more on that, to even be going to a volleyball match to see her husband in a almost $3,000 dress. It's ridiculous. A lot of things are ridiculous about what we're seeing with this tour, and I'm going to break it down in a more meaningful way because there's just so much to talk about. But I'm going to focus on the bigger picture, the message that I believe everyone, even if you may not have thought about it or agree with me, you need to hear this message, what I'm talking about today, and this whole trip of Harry and Meghan in Nigeria. It's just a hot mess, and we're getting ready to talk about it. Let's get into it. One of the things that I ask myself, I think, is why? Like, why are you in Nigeria right now? There's a bigger picture, a bigger meaning, and I believe Harry and Meghan are being used as useful idiots, because the bigger picture of why they are in Nigeria is playing on a much bigger global scale. And if you want to know what that is, watch my video, Heart of Darkness, where I delve into an opinion piece and about how they are getting themselves aligned with some things that could not be good for us as a country, as globally. There are a lot of things that are happening on the world stage that have significant ramifications to the actions and choices of our leaders today. So Harry and Meghan are being used as pawns. They're being used for this. But I'm going to talk to you today about some things that go deeper into, well, why are they there, and what they are showing us, and why Nigeria has even aligned themselves with Harry and Meghan. It's almost like, why would you do this? And I got a breaking news announcement that said, breaking news, Harry and Meghan, their trip to Nigeria is playing out very well. This is going to do well for their popularity in the United Kingdom. Like, first of all, why is that breaking news? That's not no breaking news. That's just someone trying to spin some nonsense. And the other thing is Harry and Meghan wanted to do this trip to Nigeria. First, I said, and I still think this because of Netflix, they need content. But the bigger picture is she's essentially been laughed out of Hollywood. She's been laughed out of Hollywood, and this is her giving her a chance to go somewhere where she'll be welcome, to make her ego and Harry's ego feel good, because in Hollywood, they're laughed at, they're jokes. She can't get anything going in Hollywood anymore. I mean, you look at what she's tried with Kevin Costner and Gwyneth Paltrow and the Clooneys. She's not getting where she wants to get in Hollywood, and that's because they see it. Hollywood sees you. You're trying to cut the line. You're trying to say, okay, I married a prince. I'm here. Now I want to go to A-list status. Here's my husband. He's going to open the door for me so I can become A-lister. Hollywood said, nah, we work too hard to get you where we are. We're not going to allow you to jump the line to get in front and to just go be an A-lister by aligning yourselves with us. And do the things that you're doing and how you treat people, because we still very much love William and Catherine, and she can't get them to align with her. And so this is why I think going to Nigeria at this time during the week of the Met Gala, considering the fact that they weren't invited. Anna Winters did say she would love to have Meghan and Catherine be a part of the Met Gala in the early years. But there's no way she's going to invite Meghan without without Catherine. Like, so they've done things to misalign themselves with the true power. And so now they're trying to get their own power, their own standing, because this is the only way they're going to be able to make the money that they need, because they can't do it off of the backs of the royals, because the royals are not going to allow it. It's like, get out of here with your nonsense. You're not going to ride your commercial train with us in tow to make your millions. It's not going to happen. No, no, no. Right? They're trying to connect Meghan with being black. And that's the only reason that, and to get their content for Netflix. This is why they are there. It is not for the reasons that they're saying. Invictus, yeah, Invictus. Oh, mentoring, yeah. The whole girls mentorship, all these things. You don't have to do it in Nigeria. But there's a more sinister reason. That's because Meghan is trying to get herself relevant with the people that will accept her to be a royal. And this is how you know we have gotten so far off the message of what Dr. King has always talked about. And I'll give you a local example. I'll give you an example more close to me. Some people that I know on their job, how the black people at this facility always want to align things that happen to them as being a part of racism. It's never a part of the fact that you are maybe doing something that makes you get this backlash, or to get these things that don't really make you feel good. You get them because of the way you are behaving on the job and things that you could have done better. But the shortcut answer is always, because it's my blackness. And so what Meghan is doing with her trying to say she's 6% Nigerian, excuse me, really? I'm 37% Nigerian, and I look closer to being Nigerian than that woman. You mean to tell me this woman got 43%? I don't think so. Now, I don't know if a lot of you know this, but there is a big difference between being black African from an African country and black from America. Black Americans are not looked at as favorably in their behavior or in their true blackness when compared to those from Nigeria or other black countries in Africa. There's just like this, there's something there because we're not really true black people. We're not from the motherland, essentially. We're not as closely from the motherland as they are. That's one thing. But I almost have to think, why is the Minister of Defense so welcoming to Harry and Meghan, considering this is a Commonwealth country? Why are you aligning yourself with royals who themselves have deviated so much away from the teachings of Dr. King, and wanting to have people be more accountable to their actions and behavior and less looked at for the color of their skin? And I would go further to say that while we as a country and black people have deviated from the true teachings of Dr. King by our emphasis on always feeling like people are doing things because of our race, Nigeria is doing that as well. And to allow this woman to perpetrate that she is from Nigeria in her DNA, that she's Nigerian in her DNA, and you look at her and you wonder, well, what has happened here? Because you don't look like you got any black in you. And the one way that Meghan could show herself as being a woman who is aligned with her Nigerian ancestry is to wear her hair more aligned with the African culture of Nigeria. Have we ever seen her in braids? Did she one time on this tour in Nigeria wear her hair in braids? Has she ever? Does she ever want people to see her naturally curly African hair? As a black woman, I can tell you that when it comes to our hair, it's very symbolic of how we try to align ourselves with the African culture when we wear our hair curly, when we wear our hair in braids. Meghan doesn't do this. Meghan doesn't ever want people to see her true African hair, but you expect us to believe that you are more aligned with your African ancestry because you show up, you and your husband, in the African or in the Nigerian colors of their flag. That's supposed to align you with the country? What about wearing some of the fashionable designs from the Nigerian designers in their national dress?
And finally, on the last day of their trip, she ends up wearing material that was gifted to her to be more representative of the country. But it wasn't until the last day. It was an afterthought. Meghan was advised that she needed to wear something from the culture. This dress was not planned for her trip.
I ask you to think about why the defense minister has invited this couple. Meghan doesn't try to align herself with her blackness, but yet she gives speeches and talks about how this is what she said. And this is what I find so astonishing. She said one way that she can mentor girls is by returning home, to be closer to them. She goes on to say, you need to come back home. You need to at least be a familiar face to the next generation to say, oh, she looks like me. I can be that. Now, ain't nobody looking at Meghan Markle and saying, I want to be like her. I want to be like her. She is trying to come back home so that we can be more aligned with who she is, so we can more relate to her in trying to, be more aligned with someone like a Meghan Markle. But yet she doesn't really truly try to align herself with these people, because there's a lot of things and choices that she could have made that would let them know that she's trying to be more like them. But she thinks, oh, let me just say that I have some Nigerian in my DNA, and then people will then believe that I'm trying to be like them, because we all know this woman has always aligned herself with the white side of her ancestry by putting white on her applications, never once calling herself an African American woman.
Most people didn't treat me like a black woman.
I mean, you look at the fact that Meghan didn't even name her children after her black side of her family. She named it after the Queen of England, Diana. If you really wanted to align yourself with your blackness, why haven't you named your child after maybe your black grandma? You don't know the Queen enough to name your child after the Queen of England. You already named one child after Harry's mother. You see what I'm saying? So it's like your actions are giving you away. But people are falling for the okie doke, like, well, I'm part Nigerian, yes. And I can wear the colors of the flag, yes, we align. Yeah, I'm like you. No, I ain't. That's what she's saying in her head. No, I ain't. But I'm going to make it look like I am. Fall for the okie doke, folks. I mean, you look at everything that Harry and Meghan have done to the royal family, what they did to the Queen while she was still alive. You look at the disrespect that they have shown their elders. You look at how they have treated the grandparents. Harry has never even met Thomas Markle. He didn't even ask for her hand in marriage, Meghan's hand in marriage. You look at how they went on Oprah. You look at all the nefarious things that they have done. And Nigeria is welcoming Harry and Meghan with open arms, knowing full well that that goes against their own values and how they treat their elders, how they treat people when they are in the later years of their lives, the disrespect that they have shown people. But yet they welcome Harry and Meghan with open arms. These are not the teachings of Dr. King to, allow someone like a Harry and Meghan to come in and welcome them into your country because what she says she's 46% Nigerian. Oh, we're going to welcome you because you like us. And overlook all the bad things that they have done to the real royal family, considering they are a Commonwealth country. Why are they so welcomed into this country? Considering how they've behaved, considering all the things that Harry and Meghan have done, and how they want to go to Nigeria and promote mental health. In real time as we speak, this is what they are living. This is how they are treating people. But yet we're supposed to believe you're in Nigeria to promote mental health? The disrespect of your elders, the disrespect that they have shown on the world stage. This black defense minister opening himself up for whatever reason to support Harry and Meghan. And they're the useful idiots like, oh, okay, we're going to come to Nigeria. We're going to get our profile up. And I'm going to be more aligned with my blackness. And, while all not trying to do things to look like I'm black, because I don't want to be too aligned with y'all black folks. I'm still really looking very much white. you see my bone straight hair? Yeah, I don't have no kinks and curls in my hair. Like she thumbs her nose up to things, and then the idiot people look at her and like, she said she's 96% Nigerian. She said she wants to come back home to be more aligned with us. We love her. And you have this couple in real time doing things that the Nigerian people would never think is okay to do to their family members. But yet it's okay for Harry and Meghan to do it, and you bring them into your country and allow them to take all these pictures with your children, with your elderly people, and to mentor your people, and to say these useless words in their speeches. Did you hear what Harry and Meghan talked about? I mean, and Meghan up there trying to talk, motivate, and do whatever to encourage people. Wow, just to me, it was just like, wah, 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 wah. That's what it sounded like to me. It's like, what you saying? What? Those are hollow, useless words coming from you because you don't align yourself with the things that you talk about. You're users. You're not there for the true reasons that you're telling them you're there for. You're there to enrich yourselves, to up your profile, to be more likable, to make people think that you're aligned with the black culture, the people, the true black people. So while some people are looking and watching and thinking, oh yes, they're in Nigeria, they're doing them, they're getting popularity, the true people are going to see right through this. The real people will understand this is a fake, false facade of Meghan trying to align herself with blackness, when she knows she doesn't want nothing to do with black people or their customs or their culture or their hair or their dress or anything. I can try to make my eyebrows darker. Okay, I'll do that. I'll try to make my skin look a little bit darker. Okay. But that's not what she truly wants to be or align herself to be. Because she's so shallow. They're shallow. They're not really, there's no substance of truth. There's no substance of commitment and gratitude and struggle. It's hollow. I'm a victim. Look how those royals treated me. I'm going to work around. I'm going to be a royal. Even if I can't in your royal family, I'm going to be my own royal. And this is why you get all these things that we're seeing. It's not real. It's not authentic. It's a perpetration at the greatest level. I mean, you think about the fact that Meghan don't have no real black friends. It's like, where are your black friends? Like the black friends, the ones that you can help and support. Oh, you're going to align yourself with the black people that are already millionaires because you ain't got to waste your time with them, huh? She's not trying to support and help girls that are black. She don't have no black friends that she identifies with on a very lower level that have yet to accomplish the things that they're trying to do. She don't want to waste her time with the black girls that could use her. She ain't trying to mentor nobody. She up there on that stage speaking her shallow words to try to make it seem like she's there to support so people will like her. But she proves false to the teachings of the things she is saying. Why is this black defense minister welcoming Meghan and Harry into open arms? Why? If Meghan were so about the Invictus Games and being in Nigeria for the Invictus Games, why didn't she go to the United Kingdom for the 10-year anniversary? Oh, but you're going to go to Nigeria to be there on behalf of Invictus? You ain't worn nothing that had the logo of Invictus. You haven't worn anything to make it look like you're a sport. But you can show up in a $3,000 dress with your bare ankles and your crusty toes to make people think that you are there trying to be down low and like, okay, I'm here to see my husband. But you coming dressed looking the way you are in designer dresses that are not from the country in which you are visiting. You're trying to wear her hair to align herself to look like she from Hollywood. To make it look like she a white woman from Hollywood. But yeah, I'm black. I can relate to you. I'm 46% Nigerian. Yes. This woman and her husband are a bunch of frauds. They are there for nefarious reasons, and they are being used for nefarious reasons. Watch my video on the opinion piece that I spoke about called Heart of Darkness. There is a bigger picture at play here. And you can tell that they are not authentic in their presence in Nigeria by the way Meghan has dressed, the way she has not worn her hair, the way Harry is over there trying to get people to like him because he knows he is not liked anywhere else. They don't have no friends in Hollywood. They have no friends in the United Kingdom. And they are trying to do other things to get their profile up to make money. I'm telling you folks, we are watching a couple on the downfall. They're like going down, and they are swimming and trying to stay above the water because they know they are losing the battle. They are losing. And I'm telling you right now, from the things that I have just said, they are still losing because they are not able to align themselves in an authentic way to make people really believe that they're really there for the reasons that they're saying. And they're not, from the things I've just mentioned. And it's very simple to do, but because they're not authentic, you have these holes, you have these things that kind of give it away. They are trying to use people and use black people to make them think that they are really there to support them when they're not. They are there for the same reasons that black people that I believe today are always calling racism when they are misaligned with things that they think they should get because they're black. But rather look at your character. Look at the character of Harry and Meghan to see why you should not support them. And this is how you see this country. The people that have invited them, the people that are there, who are supporting them, are not really aligned with the teachings of Dr. King. Because if you were, you would not welcome this couple into your home country as if they've done nothing wrong. You would look at the content of their character to know you should definitely stay far away from them because of the things that they have done. They're being welcomed by the people who are trying to make it about race and not about their character. This trip was a fraud. It's about time people start to see what the true teachings of Dr. King really were and get rid of the fake racist called Harry and Meghan for everything that they're trying to do with a false narrative that they themselves cannot even align themselves with because they are too shallow to do it.